For the first example, I'm going to use dry pencil on top of a previously created wash that has dried very well. So I like to select my pencils ahead of time. Sometimes it just keeps my life simple. So I've already created the cherry tomato, nice and dry. I'm going to add the stem with my dry pencil in grass green. And I'll be showing you how I use a little bit of extra color on top of that to create dimension. So let's add the dark blue. I'm just going to put a little dark blue right there on the stem as it swoops away. This will suggest that it's sort of moving backward in space. I'm going to add a little bit of the dark blue to the base of the stem to kind of suggest it just having a little weight, and maybe the stem sort of overshadows that just a little bit. But you see how that little bit of color here and there changes a static stem to something that's a little more dynamic. So we're going to use the violet to create a nice contour around our cherry tomato base. It really helps to indicate our light source ahead of time. That's going to show me the area of the cherry tomato that will be more shadowed. It's typically the opposite of where the light is coming from. So now I'm going to evenly layer the violet over the red. Nice and even. I can build up color as I go. You know, I just like to keep it sort of nice and easy. And a nice simple example for you to try. Okay. Now we'll take a look at adding wet wash to a previous wash that is dried. And for this example, I'm going to use the cherry tomato from the palette exercise. I'm going to grab a little violet, and I decided that was a little too purple, so I'm going to add some red to that to tone it down. So look how much that has already changed that shape. I can add a little more of the red right on top of my existing base color, and look what that does. That just intensifies the color. Yet there's still a little bit off to the upper left that shows some light is still hitting that. So there you go. Have fun trying this one too. Take care.